Today is the first day that Kashmir Valley is hosting the G20 summit, and this is where the Srinagar city has been completely spruced up, adding to its beauty for the 3-day G20 working group meeting, which is on tourism that begins today. And which other city better than Srinagar to be promoting tourism for India? The Valley will be hosting, this is the first global event since the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. So therefore, there is a lot of symbolism and significance to this organizing of the meeting. Of course, expectedly, there are stringent security arrangements that have been put in place across the Kashmir Valley to ensure that the high-profile event passes off peacefully, and at a time when there have been terror threats also against this event to be organized. Authorities, therefore, are not taking any chances. They have tightened security in some areas in the valley with regard to the G20 meetings that are taking place. Security forces have been deployed in large numbers. That is to ensure an incident-free event. Remember, India has assumed the G20 presidency. It has already hosted 118 meetings across 46 cities in the past 6 months across India, and Kashmir has also been chosen, and why not, for one of these meetings.
Breaking news coming in from Srinagar. After China and Turkey and guest nation Egypt, now we are hearing that Saudi Arabia will also not represent itself officially here for the G20 Tourism Working Group meeting. However, we are given to understand that Turkey and Saudi Arabia, their industry representatives will turn up over here in Srinagar for the meeting. So, industry representatives, but no official representation from these 4 nations. This is to do with the problem of Kashmir, the dispute of Kashmir, and while China says that they are not going to attend any of the meetings in Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh, given the sensitivity with regards to border and their own claims over Arunachal Pradesh and parts of Ladakh, but also Jammu and Kashmir, the fact that they side with Pakistan. On the other hand, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Turkey clearly are positioning themselves with the decisions of the OIC and not wanting to look like on one hand they put out strong protests and Saudi Arabia leads that statement from the OIC, and on the other hand they officially represent themselves here in Srinagar, a part of Jammu and Kashmir. Therefore, that's the big breaking news. It's a big development. Saudi Arabia officially not going to come to Srinagar for the G20 meeting. However, trade representatives will be here. In Srinagar, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
More than 100 delegates from the G20 countries have already now reached the Srinagar. In fact, you can see behind me, this is the delegation which is heading towards the SKICC Sher-e-Kashmir International Conference Complex in Srinagar from Srinagar Airport. It is the first time in the history of Jammu and Kashmir that any such international event under G20 is being conducted here. After crossing this bridge, these delegates will reach to the Lalit Hotel where they will be staying, and from 3 p.m. today, the meeting of the first meeting of the group on tourism will start. Ashraf Wani with Tariq Loan for India Today in Srinagar.
बदला हुआ एक दृश्य है जम्मू कश्मीर का। गत कुछ वर्षों में प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के निर्णायक नीति के परिणाम स्वरूप उसको दर्शाने का भी अवसर रहेगा। और जो बाहर से दूत आएंगे, G20 के 20 देशों के तो डेलीगेशन रहेंगे ही रहेंगे। उसके अतिरिक्त जो हमारे 10 इनवाइटी देश हैं उनमें से 6-7 जिन जो पर्यटन के साथ जुड़े हैं वो भी रहेंगे, और कुछ एक वॉलंटरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। मैं तो ये कहूँगा वही प्रतिनिधि हैं जो वापस जा करके दुनिया भर में ये बता सकेंगे कि वास्तविकता क्या है।
We are now at an approximate halfway point in our presidency of the G20. In the last approximately 6 months, we have completed 118 meetings in 46 different cities across the length and breadth of our country. We obviously, for every meeting that is held, there is a lot of planning and preparation and organization. And I think the meeting in Srinagar is no exception to that.
G20 से काफ़ी जो यूथ है उनके लिए काफ़ी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ आ सकती है। ये देख सकते हैं आप कि मतलब कश्मीर में काफ़ी डेवलपमेंट्स हो रही है इस चीज़ को लेके। कश्मीर को चुना है इस बार G20 के लिए, तो आई थिंक जो कश्मीर यूथ है वो इन चीज़ों में एंगेज होगा।
सबसे पहले मैं गवर्नमेंट का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं कि जिन्होंने हमारे कश्मीर में इसको करने का मौका दिया। और G20 आज से शुरू होने वाला है, तो उसका हम तहे दिल से वेलकम करते हैं, क्योंकि ये हमारे कश्मीर के लिए, हमारे कश्मीर की डेवलपमेंट के लिए ही है। चाहे कोई भी आर्ट फॉर्म हो, चाहे म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री हो, चाहे टूरिज्म हो, हर एक चीज़ ये डेवलपमेंट के लिए है।
Live Geeta Mohan with the latest on that. Geeta, how is Srinagar looking like right now? Must be more beautiful than it is with the manner in which it has been added to with all the decor and the dances that we have seen. But importantly, tell us about the symbolism and significance of the G20 meetings in Kashmir.
Well, absolutely prepared when it comes to hosting the foreign delegates who quite a few of them have arrived, quite a few of them are arriving. So there's a red carpet welcome for them. You've already seen the red carpet welcome for the ministers, but the delegation alike. The carpets have been rolled out, their performances, beautiful visuals, G20 hoardings everywhere. I'm right now very close to the press office, Pooja, because I had to collect my accreditation pass, and that's why I can't show you the color. But in moments, in some time from now, we will be showing you the color as well. In terms of the city, life is going on as normal. There aren't any decorations per se, because this is not a summit level meeting. It is a G20 working group meeting. But the significance is of the fact that these ministerial or delegation officials who are going to come to Srinagar, that it is being held in Kashmir, that the Indian side is making a very strong point on all those countries that lay claim to territories that are part of India, integral part of India, be it the Jammu and Kashmir for Pakistan, or for that matter Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh with regards to China. China has already said that they're not going to go to three places, Arunachal Pradesh, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir, if events are held here. The first two, because they themselves have problems with India on the border issue, Jammu and Kashmir particularly to do with the fact that they side with Pakistan. But the big news and the big story over here is the fact that despite the strategic special cooperation and a partnership between India and Saudi Arabia is not going to be officially represented over here, because they also have a bigger role in the OIC, and where you always see time and again statements on Kashmir and on India. So unlikely that they would have actually come officially, but they were very tight-lipped. Finally, I've got a confirmation that officially they're not turning up over here, but trade representatives of Turkey and of Saudi Arabia will be here attending the working group meetings, the tourism working group meetings.
That's good to hear. Looking forward to all your coverage, Geeta Mohan. And here's hoping that this is only the start of change and that Kashmir becomes a hub of peace, investment and tourism as well. You're looking at the visuals of all the cultural performances that are currently on in the Kashmir Valley.